Hi, it's Joy. Welcome back to the Prickley Pear Stamps channel. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I've got a fun card to share with you. It's a winter celebration themed. It's going to be part of an Instagram hop, so if you're finding us on YouTube, head over to Instagram so that you can be eligible for some prizes. And if you're here from Instagram, welcome. I start out my card by using our Pajama Crafter Stamps dye ink blending solution. And I apply about a pea-sized amount to my glass mat, as well as smushing down a teal colored ink. I pick both up with a domed foam blender, and I start applying that to my A2 card panel. And you're going to see at first it's a really light blend, which is the gem of the dye ink blending solution, is that you get a seamless blend and it's very light and airy, almost a watercolor effect. But because dye inks are translucent, you can continue to add more and darken the color, but you still get a seamless blend. So I continue to blend that until I get the color that I desire. So I mentioned that this is part of an Instagram hop. We have some really big things coming up in January, including a new release. So we are celebrating everything and anything winter, and we are using a sketch. So in the beginning there, you saw a picture of the sketch, and you'll see how that comes together and my interpretation. I am speeding up this portion of the video because I'm repeating that with a darker blue. And I like to start on the polarized sides of the card. That way when I get to the middle, I have a very good blend. And I just continue to pick that up. And if I need to continue to moisten that foam, I go ahead and put down more ink blending solution until I have the blend that I want. Then I go ahead and use a Copic friendly ink, and I stamp down the piece stamp using my stamp press tool and my Misty. Now that panel is completely dry, so when I come in with my Copic marker, it is safe to color over. Ask me how I know, because I've done it a few hundred times. So for the piece, because this is an outline stamp, I am coloring this with the BG18, which is a pretty dark saturated ink. And I'm going to use one color and one color only. And I'm going to color the entire thing. Now I am using the same ink that I stamped that down, and I'm using that on a piece of smooth cardstock. And I am stamping the earth from the piece stamp set, as well as Santa and Rudolph from the Santa and Rudolph stamp set. So using the same BG family, I am coloring in the ocean portion of the earth with BG13, 15, and 18. And I concentrate that 18 along where the land formations would kind of overlap into the ocean. And then I blend that out with the BG15, which is the mid-tone, which is the color that you see the most. And I'm leaving most of that coloring in so that you kind of get an idea of what I am doing. But again, this is super simple. You could use whatever colors you want. You could use whatever medium you wanted. This is just for inspiration. Now I'm using my favorite yellow-green combination. So I'm using YG03 for the land formations. And then I'm going to put in the YG67, which is my darkest color, and I'm putting that in the areas where I think that there would be the most shadow. Once I have those shadows in, then I come in with the YG17, which is the mid-tone color, the color that your eye sees the most of. All of these products will be listed in the description box below if you happen to want to pick these up, or you want to see what else is going on at Prickley Pear. All of that will be in the gobbledygook downstairs. We're going to start on the face of the Santa. So I used an E04, an E00, a 2-1, and then for the cheeks, a 2-1. Alright, for the suit, I thought I would do something a little bit non-traditional, because I thought it played well with the teals. So I am going to use a hot pink color for Santa. For the areas that are in the shadow, I have chosen that the shadow is going to be on the right hand side for this Santa, because he and Rudolph are going to be looking at each other. So the lightest part will be on the left-hand side. So I used an RV19. Then I extended that shadow with the RV17, which is what you're seeing. And since this is a rather small image, I went ahead and I just did all of the pinks at one time. I then extended that with the RV14, which is your mid-tone color, the color that you're going to see the most. And then I come in with an RV13, which is the lightest, and I put that in. I think it's super pretty. Way different for me. I'm a red kind of girl. I usually go with a very traditional Christmas, but I know a lot of people don't. I am sticking with the same BG family for the bag and for the other pieces of the suit, which is a BG18, keeping that shadow on the right hand side. However, Santa's body is going to be in front of that bag, so I did have to put a cast shadow where the suit would overlay. That's why you're seeing that BG18 there. I extend that with the BG15, and then my highlight color is the BG13. Very simple coloring. I sped this up for the sake of time and for the sake of my voice. I do apologize that, it's sped up a little bit here. Then I did the same thing with the belt. I put in the BG13. For the gloves and the shoes, I used a C7 and a C5. And then I did use a little bit of 100 to put in some cast shadows. For Rudolph, for his hide, I moistened the paper with an E33 just so that I get a seamless blend. Then his shadows are going to be on the left side because he is facing Santa. So I'm having the shadows like as if the light source is in the center. So the shadows are going to be on each side for each of the two characters. So I use an E37 for the shadow. I extend that with an E35, and then I blend that back out with an E33. For the antlers, I do come in with an E39 so that they're a little bit darker than the rest of his body, just so that they stand out. From here, I am going to work on his nose. I used the RV13, came in with the 17 and the 19 just to give him a nice little glow. And I think he turned out really cute. Now for the sweater, I'm again sticking with the same colors. We're not reinventing the wheel. So we're using the BG13, and then we're going to just add shadows, I believe, with the BG18 later. I alternate the pink and the blues together just so that I get stripes. So when I do clothing stripes, I always map them out with my lightest color in case I screw up. I popped up this piece A2 panel on a piece of foam adhesive sheet, and then I put that on the A2 top folding card base, and I glued down Santa. I popped up Rudolph, and then I am gluing down the earth behind Santa's head so that I can match the card sketch. To continue with the card sketch, I used 2 snowflakes from my stash that I've had forever to be the 2 circles, and then I add a little bit of bling. I hope this inspires you to make something different and use a sketch. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please head on over to our Instagram to be part of our hop. And until next time, keep crafting, friends. Be blessed. Merry Christmas if I don't see you before the new year. Take care. Bye-bye.